Welcome to the Willis Report, your show, your money, your voice. Tonight, your veterans. Today, this Veterans Day, what we know is this. Our veterans are in trouble. High unemployment rates, more and more of our heroes on food stamps. Where have we gone wrong, and what can we do to make the lives of the people who have served this country so selflessly better? Joining me now, a Gold Star mom, a mother of a Navy SEAL, Karen Vaughn. Karen is also a military family advisor with Concerned Veterans for America. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Really appreciate your coming in. I want to talk about your personal story, but first, let's talk about what is 900,000 veterans on food stamps. Now, I don't think of veterans as people who don't want to work. Right. What's going on here?
Right. These are brave, amazing human beings who wrote a check to America up to the amount of their life. And America, in my opinion, has turned their back on the veterans. And, you know, right here in New York City, 40% of the returning veterans are finding themselves on food stamps and standing in soup kitchen lines. And to me, this is inexcusable.
Well, to that point, your last point in particular, what I read was that 100,000 vets in the New York area will be eating at soup kitchens on Thanksgiving. That is just heartbreaking. How do you react to that as a mom?
Absolutely tragic. I think about that, you know, of course, through my son's life, I've met a lot of people who served in this military, and even since his death, a lot more who have come home, and especially now working with Concerned Veterans for America and touring with them. Oh my goodness, the stories of these people coming back and not being able to find jobs and not being able to get proper resources, proper medical care. This is an atrocity and a black mark on the American citizen. We have got to act.
We're, I believe, looking at pictures of you and your son right now.
Yes.
We'll get to his story, tragic story, in just a minute. But here's what I don't get. I know if you talk to people individually about veterans, they say veterans are so important and we need to give them their best, but we don't.
I think what's happening, and this is my philosophical view, of course, but I think what's happening is that we're not talking about the war that's ongoing. And I think what is taking place because of that is we're, you know, just even like on special days like Memorial Day and Veterans Day and things, we see images from the past. We don't see images of need from the current warfighters coming home. I think that somehow America has just become disengaged with this war, and we've got to reignite the passion.
People need to know.
They do. They need to be remembered that we are at war, that people are coming home wounded, that families are losing their loved ones, that this is real, and it's happening right now.
Now, part of the issue transitioning back is that a lot of vets are having trouble getting a job. Unemployment, 10% for vets, 10% for vets, much higher than the 7.3% for the rest of America. Now, Walmart's saying, if you come home and you're honorably discharged, we're giving you a job.
That's phenomenal.
Now, should there be more employers stepping up in that same way?
I do think so. I do think that veterans are one group of citizens that deserve a step up like that. They've sacrificed everything, and not just by going to war. You know, when a person joins the military, they become the property of the U.S. government. And
literally.
I know as a parent, exactly. There were many canceled holidays. There were many canceled vacations. These people dedicate everything to America's safety. And I think the very least that we can do in return is dedicate ourselves to their prosperity when they come home.
Now, you've given me a copy of your book, Betrayal. This is the story of your son, who was in on the raid for Osama bin Laden, as I understand it, and tragically died with 16 other Navy SEALs.
Members of SEAL Team 6, yes. And
he was a member of the famous SEAL Team 6.
He was. Now, it was SEAL Team 6 that ran the Osama bin Laden raid. I don't believe Aaron was part of that actual raid, but that was his team that did it. And, yeah, we're very proud of Aaron. Aaron was an amazing human being. And yes, my husband finally put this book together. We sat down and we decided, you know, the American people need to know what's happening to our warfighters on foreign soil right now. We've got to address a lot of issues. What's happening here, but especially and in agreement with this, what's happening here on our soil, we've got to address what's happening on foreign soil. And our military warfighters, they're being betrayed, and that's why we finally put the book together.
They certainly, the vets who are here with us, living now, deserve better treatment.
They do.
And to you and your family, thank you for your sacrifice. And
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show tonight. I just think
you.
so many people need to hear about this, and we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I certainly appreciate it.
Now we want to know what you think.